Woohoo! How are you? Is there anybody out there? I guess you might have been listening or watching to the drama regarding the drama of the 1776 movement that is a resurrection of the People's Convoy. And also some from, I guess you would say, the Freedom Convoy also. And it's definitely been a spiritual battle. But when you're walking in evil territory, what do you expect? And playing into and playing a part of, well, what did you expect? You know? When Frankie Bobby picked up those voodoo dolls, if that's what you want to call them, did he enact whatever spell that was placed upon those voodoo dolls by his vehicle and the problems that he had? That would be one that would really mess with a person's mind and put them in fear unless they had a good understanding of the God that they serve, master that they serve, the spirit that they serve, the energy that they serve. Is it a light? Is it a dark? That's the question. Is it a light? Is it a dark? And I think that there is darkness that they have brought upon themselves in not disclosing information that people who come in peace question, and is information that is being hidden from the people who are supporting the movement. And I feel that is wrong. I know that I felt in a position that was not my choosing. It put me in a position that some people might have thought that I was not telling the truth when said persons were not in or on the compound, and I was told that they left. So, don't make me look like one of the people who are covering up or lying or hiding the facts. It is what it is. Like it or not, it is what it is. And I cannot in good conscience agree with the decision to keep information that has since harmed the movement silent. So, I do think that a lot of the misery that is accompanying the freedom movement, it's not all good characters that are involved not all good characters, but it's what shapes the movement. And it's also what made me say, hey, I got to go do this on my own. I can't have or depend upon these people who have repeatedly shown that they have no interest in my information, my wisdom, my knowledge. I do see some of my suggestions that I have given in the past that I now see them utilizing. And it's really nice that Santa is welcoming people to come and speak to him about their ideas. But, you know, it's not like people didn't do it before. It's not like people did not go and give him good suggestions and even took it upon themselves to do things that were beneficial, that they knew would be beneficial, that's something that they could just do and not go to anyone so they could get permission to do what should be done. Hey, Cheryl Ann, how be you? Good to see you joining me this evening. Anytime you want to chirp in your 2 cents, feel right ahead. I was just swirling around the information that I feel was important, and that's what I'm talking about. I was discussing information that was withheld that really has now harmed the 76 movement, and how things should have been addressed, and questions answered the first day that Squirrel and Ant came to town, instead of being disrespectful to them and not, really sitting down and answering questions. Let's have a civil conversation. People are coming up and saying, but, you didn't even want to deal with them. And therefore, they, acted out in a manner that you brought up. I'm always good, Cheryl Ann. Alternative sucks. So I constantly throw my hands up and say, okay, God, don't have to ask how or why, except it's your will and it will be good. I don't have a damning or a judging God, but I do understand that karma, and if I want good, I have to put out good. So, what goes around comes around, and like a wheel, sometimes life is way more challenging than others. But I'll tell you what, my life right now is a whole lot less challenging than it was 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I should say. So, yeah, much better today than it was prior to. So, I'm happy about that. But now it's coming down to looking at, people on the outside who have not been on a convoy, in a convoy, on the ground, really don't know the hard work that was involved also. People look at it and it's like, oh, well, you sat on your butt. driving or holding down the lawn. It's like, oh, you're sitting on your butt. And I'm sure that the people who are sitting on their butts at the lawn are decompressing, de-stressing from the convoy and looking at their expectations of, and have they gone in the right direction, a direction that's better for them than being there. I mean, boots on the ground, is it going to make an impact? And what kind of impact are they really looking to make? Because although it, looks all fun and games down there, what they are really doing is breaking the law. And, question is, how many laws are you willing to break, and whose laws, under what jurisdiction, and what penalties come with them? That's what I wanted to know. Is it just, oh, well, you'll get a fine and, you don't even have to go to court, you just got a fine and that's it. And, okay, that's one thing. But it's, not knowing if, oh no, they can pick you up, which I've already experienced the police picking me up on 3 warrants that I specifically did nothing to break the law, because I don't want to go behind bars. But I also know that feeling that anybody can sign out a warrant on you. Your word against theirs, and do you have a good enough alibi as to where you were? It's like, no, hey, how are you, Dean? I am not at Bunker Hill. I left out of the movement on the 7th. I think I 6th or 7th. I'd have to look at my logbook to tell you exactly. Although I do know it's 3 weeks that I have been gone into a safe place where I can do work and be in the AC, and my animals get to run free, and they're not on hot pavement or any other location that isn't in their best interest also. Although we are going to be going back to North Carolina because I have some legal matters to attend to. I have to go back and pull some bonds that are in regards to a civil rights lawsuit that I filed back in 2014. And I really didn't know what I was doing. Didn't even know about the rule book. So it's no wonder that it kept getting shot down. But yeah, I don't give up a fight too easy. And I had brought this up to 1776 and the People's Convoy a couple of times. Not just one of the leaders, but to a few, about a First Amendment lawsuit that I wanted to refile. And, some people can understand, but some people can't. And, if they aren't really, into hearing anything what you have to say, they're not going to hear anything that you have to say, or understand that this lawsuit that I want to write and how important it is. Snicker pie, how be you? Hey, don't look often. I lurk a lot. want you to know you're not intimidated. Keep speaking your truth and don't let the haters bully you into silence. Snicker Pie, thank you for that. I really appreciate hearing those words. I, like you, like to look in the background. I don't know if you call it lurking or trolling or researching information. You know, I like to see what's going on, and when you're seeing it live, you know, you kind of like, yeah. Although it's really interesting because I have found that if I want to know what's going on, I just go to, who is that, Lazy Gamer? I think that's the name of his stream, the Lazy Gamer. And he really gives you like 1 minute synopsis of the latest drama. Yeah, that's for sure, Snicker Pie. You really can. It's you know, sure, and there's good people all around. And I'm not saying that they don't have a good heart in what they're doing. And I don't want to be damned for not taking somebody's God. I guess that's pretty much the bottom line. I don't want to be following a leader who does not listen to wise information. And the streamers, I follow as many streamers as I can, as well as other YouTube channels. I don't follow as many on BitChute and Rumble and Brand New Tube, Vimeo. You know, I should really get into more of the other channels than YouTube, being that I was in YouTube jail for a week, and you know, that really sucked. And you know, they took away my monetization years ago, and that really sucks. And there we go, Lazy Gamer. And Meanwhile, yeah, the only thing about Meanwhile that I had a problem with, he had well, I don't know, is it he or I don't anyhow, they had used a clip of mine and had put it with the pedophile problem, and it was totally taken out of context. And that was my problem with the how Meanwhile does it. It's like, don't mix up the clips to make a new story. So I'm like, you know, Samuel exposes BTM. Is that behind the mirror? Is that what that is? I don't know. There's so many on there now, and I really don't want to tee off anybody. I would rather bring peace than, you know, I'm a peace warrior. I think we should have a Department of Peace, but I also believe that people should have a First Amendment platform that you can speak your piece, you know, and that you're not silenced. That's a biggie. Yeah, Samuel came into the picture. What exactly happened, Samuel? I don't know if this is the Samuel, which is Samuel, because there's so many Samuels. I heard it was some sort of epic troll act. Oh, okay. You want to tell us more? Because, yeah, I kind of, like I said, yeah, I don't want to just watch them sitting there and people walking by. It's bad enough that I have you guys, you know, looking into basically a cloudless sky. You know, even the spiders aren't really out. You know, I mean, you can see the spider web alongside that that umbrella that It looks like there's remnants of leftovers last night, or last night's leftovers. Okay, Samuel, you gonna tell us? Would you expose? Because there's so many mirrors, there's so many smoke and mirrors that are going on. And yeah, I think that I live by divine. And when I was talking earlier about, it's always good, I also know that I better be looking at signs. Because I really wanted to stay. I really believe in the movement, as in the First Amendment. That's my baby. That's my platform that I've been working on for over 10 years. And I know how important it is. Okay, do not support Proud Boys. That's why I scam everybody else that got caught up in the scam. I returned all of the money back. Only money I kept was Santa's. Samuel was Texas. Ah ha 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 ha. Gotcha. So you was the one that they was giving you hella in a handbasket. Yeah, I can't tell you who got what. I can't even say, where I know any of the money goes, or because that was above my pay grade. I know that the people were very, very generous in their donations, because there's a lot of people who have become awakened, and they know that what we're doing is really hard. You didn't read my comment. Wait a minute. You didn't read my comment. It didn't go through. Oh, okay. Which one was that, Samuel? That you talking? That was you. You are the Texas one. Okay. Let me know if there's another one, or type it in there. It was some sort of... Yes. Okay, so this is the one: you don't support the Proud Boys. That's why you scammed the scammer. Everybody else that got caught up in the scam, you returned the money. The only money that you kept was Santa's. And I really didn't play into that. So, if that was your intent, everybody, no, I'm not going to say everybody. There have been a few who have felt uncomfortable and have done things within their ability to do that did kind of weed out and point out facts of truth that, was really, really hidden. I know pretty much everything about David. Is only using the First Amendment for their scamming. They have done nothing in D.C. And it really bothers me because of them standing on that platform and then denying people their free speech. Your chat's just delayed. You just read it. Oh, okay, I read it again. I gotcha. Yeah, that could be. That could be. I'm still learning how to do this, and you know how it is. Not everybody really wants to be a part of helping you you do things. I know. That's why if only they would have answered questions that not just Squirrel and Ant had, but a large majority of the people have. And they'll battle fellow Americans, but not the government. Yeah, I know. I um I I don't know what their main objection is, other than to get under the skin of, and because they can kick and scream all they want outside of there, but that's not where the battle is. You know, I mean, they should be waking up the American people. They shouldn't just be sitting there. Dark arts. Hey, crazy Ivan, whoopee. There is some. As Christians, what will they fear most? I know nothing about religion. Bootsy! Hey, good to see you, everyone. I'm out getting other phones set up. Way cool, way cool. To tell you the truth, Ivan, I can't tell you a whole lot about the Satanist religion. What I can tell you is one of those interesting stories. And I don't remember which one of you guys had said about doing acid. And it's like, no, I don't do that anymore. Don't do, any chemicals and, big pharma and all that. Well, anyhow, way back when I was 18, and somebody had, what do you call it, turned me on. So I went to pick some girl up from work, and she was working late, of course, and I went into a bookstore to wait for her, and don't you know what book jumped out? Was the Satanic Bible. Yeah, I'd see you later, Bootsy. So I never read it. It was just one of those that had jumped out to me, and looking through it, but I can't tell you anything that was in there because I didn't, I mean, why it jumped out at me when I was under the influence of, that made me buy it. I mean, I gave it away to somebody shortly thereafter, but still, So, I mean, I missed what you were saying there, Samuel. I support everything that Freedom's screwing in or doing. 1,000% do not support the people that stick up for pedophiles. So, hold on. So, whoever goes against, I will support. 1,000%. I don't know any non-legit Satanists. New comments. Yeah, Ivan. So I don't know, but something I do know, it has to be faith over fear. And if they are, like, I think it was you that we were talking, Crazy Ivan, about Bobby, Frankie Bobby, picking up those voodoo dolls, and now that can, I'm sure, already really did freak him out. Now, there again, looking at everything in the whole picture and understanding, the spiritual battle that we're in and the energy. Look at the energy that, Anarchy Princess had. I mean, that girl had so much energy in her last night that, no, it really didn't surprise me that, it happened when she was there, and I don't know who focused on, or if it was just, whatchamacallit, ooh, sugar. Come on back down there, baby. Let's get a little bit darker. There we go. I'll see what I would do to keep. Yeah, but see, well, yeah. I'm sorry, Dean. Yeah, you're right. To keep the two, and that's amen to that. Uh, 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 uh. There was one up here. Check out my Red Pilling the Masses on YouTube. Odyssey. Okay, what's the... Oh, sugar. I'm telling you, if I miss something that what you're saying and I don't acknowledge it and it's important, come back and, or else somebody let me know because I don't wanna miss something important. She's more than they do, and that is what would scare them. You got it. You got it. Because, she, not saying that she doesn't have energy. I mean, not saying that there aren't energy workers out there, because I know that there are. And I also know that you better be careful, because it's like giving a child a lighter and not explaining, or even, giving a kid a gun. And the kid has no idea, who do they shoot first if they don't know how it works. And that's the same as magic, you know. If he speaks facts, and these have nothing but personal insults to their snicker pie, I can't say that I can't disagree. I wish I could, but I know the silencing that I was done, or that was done, to hide the fact of certain people being there. If you really truly think that these people, should be a part of, and I'm not gonna say that, I'm not going to damn them. I'm not going to judge them. I know the criminal justice system and how that can be spun around. But I do think that they should have been more honest with everybody. Yeah, X-ray has, I can't really say so much dark power as dark energy attached to them. Now, well, yeah. I am definitely, aware of, yeah, he has a dark side. He definitely has a dark side. He definitely caused some harm, and was very disrespectful when he kicked me off the convoy in Sacramento with a sick dog and no money and sorry about your luck. And yeah. I can't say that he doesn't have some karma that he yeah. And I'll also tell you something else, because I know they were talking about the Wiccan and the pagan, and stop damning me. Stop damning me. You don't know whom or what anybody's God is. And just because some people might call that, and oh, wait a minute, it's that big G God. No, I don't want a damning, judgmental God. I understand things on a energetic level, a spiritual battle. Well, X-ray telling lies and disrespecting. Well, X-ray's bringing it down upon, and we'll bring it down upon. For, like I said, he's got some karma in there. I'm not sure what the dark is, but well, Cheryl Ann, you give them rope and they're gonna hang themselves. it's, it is what it is. What they're doing is violating the law. I think they are just going to wait and keep tacking it on, and then they're going to make an example of them. And, so be it. And then what happens? And then who's going to be paying their bills and getting them out and supporting them for the next year or two while they're going through the court system? So, that's, Snicker Pie. I've seen her, and I know it was quite hilarious when I saw her for the first time, and I don't know if it was the first time and I just caught it or whether she had been there before. I think she had been there before, but she was talking about snorting Adderall, and they were really, really not nice, and I mean, she was on her trip, and they were on, and I just kind of chuckled over the whole, the whole thing. I thought it was quite funny, but yeah, that girl, she's played on the dark side, that, and, one finger out has three folded back. And when you're practicing, no matter what kind of energy work, you always have to protect yourself, whether, your divine white light, to surround that, surround and protect you before you do any, because you open that gate, you're opening a portal to a whole lot of spirits, especially if you are using chemicals or you're using distilled spirits. That's why they call them spirits. To be honest, white beards give me PTSD. Oh, well, since I'm getting to the age of white beards, I'd like to find me a nice distinguished one. And, luckily, I didn't have one of those to give me any PTSD. My ex didn't have white hair. Let me see. Yeah, I do have to chuckle. I mean, that was classic last night. I mean, I had to go back and, you get up in the morning and it's like, okay, what kind of antics were on last night? And like I said, you look up Lazy Gamer and catch up. And then he's been leaving links, and he left a link, and I had checked out her video. Yeah, it was, oh my gosh, Dean, that was classic. I mean, that was classic. And then to Steve come over, and I don't know if Crazy Ivan's on here or not, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thought creates form. What do you think? At least for carloads of people from are headed. And see, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They might never have been seen, but they will be close by. I'm still here. Oh, you still hanging around down there, downtown. Way cool. May you be protected. Yeah, I know that there are as dark as there is light. And I've walked pretty much of the light. And they got I mean, that's a good early direction. Don't know, it could be crazy, but it seems like the more you believe, the more you fear them. What are you talking about? The more you believe, the more you fear them. The more you believe what? The light or the dark? Not quite sure on that one. And I don't wanna get it wrong. Well, it's a battle of good and evil, and that's what that's what I don't quite think that 1776 understands, that they're bringing a lot of this to them. The more you believe the light, the more you fear the dark. Some people do. You're right. Some people do. I'm getting a lot of lurkers, huh? I don't know. My chat says 18 people are in here. And hey, bring one to the light. That's cool. Do you avoid saying God or Jesus Christ? I don't understand who you serve. Or Satan said, are you serious? Are they? Oh, that's funny. I have a God and it's not me. I am a sister in Christ. I believe that Jesus is my brother, and I live by the teachings of in a symbolic way. So, growing up a good little Christian girl, I know I'm a